Well,
Young.
I'm not trying to find young blood.
Okay.
You can pretend
I'll
like
find
we're
the
doing a bit.
blood.
No,
Okay.
I'm just pointing out that this really expensive music like it's a rock and roll festival. I'm not going to call it metal when like Coheed and
Yeah.
Cambria is not a metal band. Guns N' Roses isn't a metal band.
Mm-mm.
Rancid isn't a metal band. And say what you want about those, they're just not metal bands.
Yeah.
But these are all people. These are like bands full of dinosaurs. I remember a long time ago, like when I was like 15 or 16, this guy said to me, it was a guy like maybe 30, early 30s, mid 30s. He possibly late 20s. I don't think so. I think he was in his 30s though. But he said, when you're in the music industry, once you hit 40, you're a dinosaur. And at the time, I was like, I don't think that's true. Maybe that was true in the early 80s or the mid 80s when you had this explosion of bands full of like 20 something year olds. They were all on major labels. But I don't think that's been true for a long time. And especially now that's all they have. I occasionally see when I'm at the gym, I'll see some like random music videos that they play, because they do that at gyms. They have just music playing and they'll be like young rock and roll acts, and it's like they're trying to sound like the New York Dolls, like that early, or like Slade, like that early 70s glam rock. That's what it sounds like new rock and roll is. Like bands like Wolf Mother.
Yeah, I've actually seen them.
Of course
Like
you
in
have.
2006.
What terrible bands have you not seen live? That's the
I've
real
seen every.
question.
I've seen Nickelback. I've seen Papa Roach. Should I continue?
Say no more. You,
I had to exchange, like, we're going to go to Judas Priest, but in order to go to that show, you have to go see Nickelback. Like, how does that work? But they were free
that's like
shows.
saying,
But
okay, I'll let you borrow $20, but you have to take out you have to co-sign this house for me. It's like
it was not
that
good.
is not fair.
I got to see Nickelback in their prime.
Nickelback is always in their prime.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But that
And
threw
that's
me off.
yeah. Sorry about that.
Where was I going with that? I'm shocked. But
Well, you were talking about Wolf Mother. If I've
Wolf
heard of
Mother. Oh
Wolf
yeah,
Mother, and
yeah. There we go.
and
Okay,
yes, I have.
yes.
Mother.
Wolf Mother
They're
sound like a
supposed to be like
70s
the
band.
Led Zeppelin or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what they sound like. They sound like I thought that was a band from the late 60s, early 70s. But nope, that was an up and coming band that had one song that was popular, and I'm pretty sure it was because it was on Guitar Hero, which
it was
is
on
how
some like video games too, like a sports game. I think they had
Guitar
it on.
Hero is like a sports game.
Well, yeah, I mean like a baseball, like MLB the Show or something.
Okay.
It was on, like
Okay.
But yeah, I was gonna say, like, did they like peter out because they were like everyone's really hot on that band?
I was gonna say that, like, I haven't heard anything from them. It sounds like the only one-hit wonders that really exist are the rock and roll bands. But these days, there aren't really any one-hit wonders because of social media and YouTube, and all of that is granted a lot of longevity to bands that don't really deserve it. But at the same time, it's given life to a bunch of people that, given how the music industry works, are allowed a platform and essentially are given a chance to thrive because of that. But
Yeah,
a band like
like
Wolf Mother has no business being like a top rock band.
right, like a hard rock. I mean, it's
Yeah,
all, that we've established there's no hard rock anymore. It's all soft.
It's because of they've given it to bands like Wolf Mother. Like nothing is heavy anymore. And I think a lot of that is because of nu metal. Because nu metal sucks.
Like NU metal?
Yeah. Yeah, nu metal.
So what are some like nu metal bands?
Korn, System of a Down, Limp Bizkit, Flaw.
Okay, those are a few bands you're on here.
Dope. Yeah. I guess a System of a Down. Like bands that really these bands suck. And only like brain dead zombies like bands like this. It's so bad, and it's such a curveball from the trajectory of metal. It's like we got something We got, we're our Maiden, our Priest. Then we got our
Mhm.
Motorhead, Venom. Then we got our Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer. Then we got our Death, Cannibal Corpse, Morbid Angel. Then we got Mayhem, Emperor,
Immortal.
Thank you. And then we got System of a Down, Limp Bizkit. It's like, what's going on
fools. Here? Yeah. No, there's no creativity in that music.
No, it's just it's down-tuned guitars, no solos, and people go. That's all of it. Or like
Tom
it's just
Morello.
Yeah. Well, Zach LaRocha or Fred Durst. That's both of those bands. They sound exactly the same. They all have really dumb sounding singers. Like that's the thing. It's like they don't just have a singer. Like System of a Down, the guy's like he's just constantly doing that. Or Korn, like they just all sound like they're like having some kind of convulsions. They're either having convulsions or they're going.
Yeah, they sound like they should like be at a circus or something, not fronting a band.
And they are clowns, so that's appropriate. No, they sound like they should have like their lips glued shut. That's what they sound like. It's just terrible, and it I can see it turning people off. Like kids that want to wear shorts that are too long and backwards hats will be into that because they're like, yeah, I'm different. And then after a while, they're like, this music sucks and I look stupid. I'm just going to go dress like and listen to anything else. There's no longevity. And that's why there is staying power in Megadeth, even Metallica. For all the crap we give Metallica, they do have actual fans. I'm not going to say like, no one actually likes Metallica. Most people like Metallica because they heard them early on and they cling to that nostalgia. But I'm not going to deny that people like genuinely like Metallica. People are genuine fans of Metallica. I think a lot of them
fans.
I think a lot of them are in denial about them, but they do have real fans. And people genuinely like Death. People genuinely like Cannibal Corpse, Morbid Angel, Deicide. People genuinely like Immortal, Mayhem, Emperor, Marduk, Unleashed, whatever. Unleashed, I know is a death metal band. Don't try to actually me. I know. I was just trying to think of bands from Sweden. People like that. I don't think I know there are fans of Limp Bizkit, but I think it's mostly like 40-year-olds trying to relive their like high school glory days. Like, yeah, I remember when I heard chocolate flavored water or whatever that stupid album is. Hot Dog Starfish or something. So it's a really stupid album title. And then they just go in like, yeah, I'm going to put on my puka shells and my red Yankees hat. Yeah, I'm going to be cool like Fred Durst. But I don't think people listen to it and like they have philosophical discussions. Like, this is like the way the songs are constructed, like the lyrics, it's really emotional. It's really impactful. Like people will do that with bands like Silverchair or even Nirvana or the Beatles. You can't do that with nu metal. It's poser music. I haven't used that word in a long time, but it has to be used.
It's like, very fitting. Yeah, it is. It's a perfect way to describe it.
And it's not just because it's not metal, but there's nothing edgy about any of it.
It's maybe because like the guys, will paint their nails black or something. Isn't that what the nu metal people do? Or am I confusing it with like deathcore? I think.
Yeah, no, that is deathcore. Like the
that's
screamo. It's like,
and I think the deathcore
that sucks in a different way.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
it
like
turns people off.
Yeah, it's what it does. They do this similar thing where it's just like chuggy riffs and it's really down tuned, but nu metal has more of a rap influence, where deathcore has more of like,
I didn't realize that.
Diarrhea, like whatever goes into the toilet. Like that's what it's people going, wow, wow,
yeah, it feels fake too.
And all the guitar riffs are
You sound like Cartman in that in the Special Olympics episode.
But dude, that's a good episode.
Barry Bonds, I like that Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa.
Wasn't it like
Rafael Palmeiro? Because they're taking steroids.
Giambi
taking Jason Giambi.
Jason Giambi. Yeah.
All those punks, dude.
Oh. Yeah, and he's like,
"You're in the Hall of Fame."
Oh no, that's a different one. That was the OJ one. That's like you're just a big pussy. You're just a big lying pussy.
And they're just smiling like jackasses.
Let's hear it for Giambi, everyone. No, that episode's actually pretty good. I like that one. That
fantastic.
one's funny.
Oh, I do.
The funniest part, and this we'll tie it back to the previous point, is when Cartman's doing like research on how to look handicapped, and he's watching Kid Rock. Kid Rock is another example of new metal. Do you know that? Have we talked about Kid Rock?
No, we haven't. But he had that number one song like a year or two ago. I think it was called like "We the People," and it was like essentially like a president bashing song, but people liked it.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
But so Kid Rock, his first album, it was just straight up rap. It was just rap.
I thought he was like a country guy.
Well, he is now, but yeah, in the beginning, he was just a rapper. Like he looked like Vanilla Ice.
That's true.
In the beginning,
I remember him coming out.
No, you don't. This was like 1991 or something. Yeah, his first album. It's from 1990. It's called Grit Sandwiches for Breakfast, and he looks like Vanilla Ice in it. And a bunch of black people pulled him aside. And they said, this isn't music for you. Like you should be into like rock and roll instead.
And then that's before Eminem.
Well, yeah. Well, the album that everyone knows about, the one that had the ball with the ball, the bang, jiggy jiggy, gaga boogie, pop pop, because they all sound like that. Now that's his fourth album. That's Devil Without a Cause.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, Eminem's first album, like the Slim Shady LP. Mm-hmm. I want to say that was like 97 or 98 because he had like a small EP or something early on. But the first one, the I'm Slim Shady, yes, I am the real Shady. I think that the Slim Shady LP, that was 99.
Oh, it was almost 10 years after Rock. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, literally the first Kid Rock album. Look up what Kid Rock looked like on it. He looks like Vanilla Ice. Like his hair looks very, very similar. Yeah, I can't remember where I heard this story. Wasn't behind the music. It was something, whatever. But early Kid Rock, he was a rapper. And some other rappers said, yeah, this isn't for you. Just do rock and roll. Like that's for white people. Go do that. And then okay.